everyone, it's AJ, and today is the beginning of May. And what does May stand for in my life? Is it the best day of the year? No, it's not my birthday, which you might think it is. That's in June, but we don't care about that. It is May, which means it's Eurovision. Well, it would be Eurovision if it wasn't for 2020, would it? Because obviously, with the long string of cancellations on every good thing of the year, Eurovision's obviously not happening this year. Which sucks. There is no way to hide it. It fucking sucks. It is my favourite day of the year. I don't give a shit about Christmas. I don't give a shit about my birthday. The day I look forward to every single year is Eurovision. Because it is the best day. I get to make sangria, I go to my Eurovision party, I have a good time for like the whole day, and I lose every year because I have the worst luck in picking out the countries out of a draw. And then have to take too many shots. But that is life. So, this year, even though it's not on, me and my pals are going to make our own version of 2020 because we need that fulfillment. And although it's been really nice, we've been rewatching the Eurovisions from the past years, like every Saturday. That's been fantastic. Whilst everyone else is having little quizzes with their family, me and my pals, we watch Eurovision. And we message each other being like, I don't fucking remember this. What the fuck is this? So, top-notch Eurovision quality. Top-notch. So I have taken upon myself to start the prep because, well, my pal still works and I'm technically off on holiday this week. So I had some spare time. So, whilst I wasn't at work, I made up my lists. So, luckily, just before all this happened, they actually released who was going to be in what semi-final. So, my sheets are pretty easy to make because I just follow the lists and then we go from there. However, we don't know what technically the jury in Eurovision looks for, so we've made up our own categories. And it's definitely probably not theirs. And obviously, we don't have live performances, so we're mostly judging from their music videos, because not every country has to fight out for a space to represent their country. Some countries just basically send somebody and it's like, here you go, you're representing us. Good luck. So we're going mostly by their music videos, which comes to the first category of how good is their visual style? Because though we can't get their dancing or anything like that, a music video is similar or has the same kind of feel of what they generally bring to the stage. So that is point number one, or category number one, shall I say. Category number two, how good is the actual song? Like, is it stuck in our heads? Do we like it? Is it a wee bop? Like, just generally, how good is a song? Just how good's the song quality? And that's category two. Now, category three is definitely not what the judges look for. But it's what is important to us, and well, for me and my friends, because we are those kind of people. And that category is Eurovision feel. Does it feel like a Eurovision song? Because we actually have that kind of taste. Because there has been some songs in the past where we've listened to them or watched them and we just go, that's not a Eurovision song. That's just a basic ass song you'll just get anywhere else. We feel that a Eurovision song should be top tier, like over and above what you just throw out any day of the week. It should be the best. Whether it's really crazy or visually stunning or whatever, it has to be Eurovision top tier level. So that is our final category, and then we have our totals for points. So how we're working it is, like, obviously we can't be together and do it, so we'll all have our each sheets. So there's 3 of us that are doing it. And we'll mark it 1 to 5 of each category and see what it comes to. However, we did previously discuss that upon doing this, we are only allowed to give out a certain amount of 5s, because we are already biased to certain songs and artists already within this competition for this year. So we're having to keep our top marks to the bare minimum. And try not to ruin who we're biased for, but it's very hard. So the fact that we're going to have to be very, very, very diligent about where we give our points is going to make this even more fun. Or fun. We'll see how it goes. So I've already made up the semi-finals for 1 and 2, and then I've got a spreadsheet ready for the final when we make up our own finalists. Apart from obviously the top 5 if you know Eurovision. So it's going to be interesting how this works out. Because if we're going to treat the final as if we would do a normal kind of Eurovision thing, there's going to be alcohol involved. So our judgments are going to get even worse for the final. And also we're going to have to work out how we're going to draw from a hat. Because we're still going to do that and still have our punishments for whoever the loser is. Because it's Eurovision, it's what we do. Still half and half about whether I make my Eurovision sangria because, well, it's just me. I can't exactly ship off my sangria to my pal. Well, I could, but then it would be a very dodgy trip of going like an hour to her house, an hour back, and it's like, here's your sangria, right, let's start this. But it's going to be interesting. And am I going to post it here about what happens in our Eurovision? Of course, hence why I'm telling you about the prep. So upon Eurovision week, we will have our semi-finals and our final. And you can judge how bad our tastes are, and well, you can fight us and you won't win. So it's going to be interesting because though my pals and I have similar kind of tastes when it comes to Eurovision music, there is things we disagree on about who deserves to win and who deserves not to win, or who should have done better and blah blah blah. So it's going to be fun. Can't wait. And let's just hope that next year, 2021, Eurovision goes ahead and we get to see all the artists come back, even though it's not with the songs that they're bringing this year, which is a shame because I've already listened to some of them because you can't not, especially when you find out it's cancelled, and some of them are so good. The heartbreak of knowing we couldn't get to see full performances of them live sucks. But I know at least a good chunk of them will come back with better songs and it's going to be great for next year. Yay! Oh, but we're still in 2020 where it sucks. So we're doing quarantine Eurovision where the judges shouldn't probably judge. But we're going to have fun anyway, and it's going to get us through our sad period of we don't get to have our good time. The best day of the year is now like this. But hey, so Eurovision prep is done. Let's bring on the semi-final, shall we? So until then, I'm AJ. I did something today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.